Hi guys, I wanted to take a couple of minutes to show you how to put the Waring dicing food processor together using continuous feed and specifically the dicing function, just to make sure that you know that it's easy to do and it'll work out great for you in your kitchen. So first thing you want to do is you want to take your continuous feed bowl, put it on the unit, and make sure that it clicks into position. Once that is clicked into position, the next thing to go in here is the Slinger Disc. This disc makes it so that when this is running, the product will spit out of the continuous feed chute. Now when you're doing the dicing, the next piece to go in would be the dicing grid. And it's easy to know which way it goes in because you have your rounded edge versus the rounded edge of your bowl. That sets in right there. Make sure that the sharp part of the dicing grid is facing up. Once you have that in place, you'll take the slicing disc. This machine is going to come with two slicing discs. One is designed specifically for dicing, which has the long stainless steel stem. The other one does not have its own stem. It has a separate piece, and I'll show you that in just a second. That way you'll know which one to differentiate for dicing and which one for regular slicing. So what you're going to do is be very careful. This blade is sharp. You're going to put the slicing disc in and spin it until it falls down into place. Once that's fallen into place, and the reason why you use this disc as well is the product is going to hit the blade and then get pushed through the chute by the graduated bottom on this. Is going to push it through the dicing disc, just so you know conceptually what it's doing. Then when you have your lid has to go on an angle. Make sure that the locking pins fall down into place on the chute. Lock that into place until it snaps, and then you have your pusher assembly. When you're using the machine, it's important to know that you'll probably, when you're dicing, want to use the pulse function. The reason you want to use the pulse function is that when you have your tomatoes, say you're using Roma tomatoes, you put your Roma tomatoes in the feeder chute, and then you will just very lightly put a little bit of pressure on that tomato and hit the pulse button. The product will spit out of the end of the feeder chute, but the reason why you want to put just slight pressure on it is because if you just left this unit on and put the tomatoes in, then the tomato will slice very thin because it doesn't have anything pushing it down to the depth of that slicing disc. That being said, I think you'll have huge success, and this would be a big man-hour savings for you in using the Waring dicing food processor.